Yeah, good evening to all our viewers. We are here in El Jadida at the Pullman Hotels. Here in front of me is the head coach of the senior national team, Mr. Johnny McKinstry. Well, coach, first of all, let's look ahead to the game tomorrow against Tunisia, second match day in the 2025 AFCON qualifiers.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be an exciting game. We believe, we're a very good team. Tunisia are a very good team. We're hoping that it'll be a very good game of football. It's a game I think both teams will go into confident that they can take points out of, but also respectful of the opponents. I think we've got to be respectful of Tunisia. We know what they've done in the past. Someone recently described them to me as the Germany of Africa. They always go to the African Cup of Nations. Whereas the last time out, we know we've already got their respect because the last time we came up against each other a few years ago at the final tournament, obviously the Gambia came out on top on that occasion. So both teams will go in confident, but also know that if we don't play to our maximum, that the opponents have players that can hurt us. So yeah, we're looking forward to the game, but we know it's going to be a tough 90 minutes.
The last match, you said when you look at the group, is evenly poisoned. It could all go all the way down to the wire. Considering the fact that Tunisia won their game, of course, with the last kick of the game and we drew, does that give us a little bit pressure of having to win? Is it a win at all cost?
No, I don't think so. We go into every game looking to collect maximum points, but more than that, it's about performance. First and foremost, it's about performance. And look, that's all you can really look after. We go out in training every day and we work in the video analysis and the statistics and on the field, off the field, all about putting together top performance. In terms of match days, you just have to hope that that top performance gets shown on the field and that it can bear fruit, it can show you the positive result. But you mentioned obviously Tunisia got a last minute winner, a last kick of the game winner against Madagascar. Madagascar played incredibly well in that game. I was quite fortunate. I flew to Tunis to watch the game in person. And, for all watching it, you believe Madagascar were going to get at least one, if not 3 points. Their performance deserved more than they got, but that's football. So we've got to go out and put on a top performance. We believe our performance, whilst not perfect against Comoros, was a very good performance. And reflecting on it in the days since, we broke a record. It was the most attacking plays that a Gambian team has executed in the last 10 years. So in terms of how we want to play football, being a front foot team, being a team that passes and moves the ball and tries to create, to be in control of the game against Comoros showed that we're on the right path for that. So we're frustrated not to take the 3 points in the opening game, but we go into this game looking for a top performance. And if we believe that we play at our best, that we can win the game, and we'll just see what comes.
That actually leads me to my next question. We've seen that the last 3 matches that you have been in charge, the style of play has changed and the team is creating numerous chances. Against Seychelles, of course, they took chances, but not only chances that they created. Against Gabon, it was disappointing that, that was not a game that the Gambia was supposed to lose based on the performance. Against Comoros, too, numerous chances were created, but the players weren't a little bit clinical in front of goal. Has that been something that you are working on to rectify?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things when I came into the job was that it was very clear from the Federation, from the first moment we spoke, that they wanted a more positive sort of style from the team. We want to keep winning. Obviously, that's what football's about. But, being a successful, recognizable team is about more than just winning football matches. It's about a team's recognizability, its style. So when you think of Arsenal or Barcelona or Borussia Dortmund, you don't just think about, or Manchester City, you don't just think about the trophies they've won. You think about how they played the game. And so that was very much what the GFF wanted when I came on board. And when I spoke to the players, that's what they wanted as well. And I believe it's what the Gambian supporters want. So we went about that. And look, it's 3 games. It's about 11 days together in total in terms of on the training field. So the change in style from the team is really quite remarkable. One of the things we spoke to the guys last night about when we had a team meeting was, since we've come together in those 3 games, we've actually created 39 goal-scoring chances. We've scored 8 of them, so we're scoring about 1 in 4, 1 in 5 chances. We need to increase that. We need to be scoring 1 in 2 or 1 in 3. But over 3 games to have created 38, 39 goal-scoring chances is really quite a remarkably high number. And so we're on the right path. We need to be more clinical in front of goal, and that's clear. But you've got to create the chances before you can score the chances. So we've taken the first steps towards that, and now it's about putting that finishing touch, and hopefully we're able to start doing that a little bit more against Tunisia.
Your captain, Omar Colley, missed the first game, but he's back now for this game against Tunisia. How important is his presence in this particular match?
Well, look, Omar is a hugely experienced player, not just here for the Scorpions, but also in terms of his club career and just life experience. He's one of our more mature players who still has a lot to give for the national team. His passion, his psychology, who he is as a person, I think, adds a lot to the room when he's in it. So yeah, look, it's great to have him back involved. I feel that against the Comoros, I think the guys who stepped in, I thought Idrissa and James at the back did extremely well in Omar's absence. You couldn't fault either of them. But yeah, look, you always want your captain. England would always want Harry Kane, and we always want our captain involved. But I thought Musa Barrow took the responsibility on at the weekend, and he grew into it, I think, when you see his free kick that he scored. But yeah, it's good to have Omar back in the camp.
So does that mean we may see some changes in terms of personalities, those playing tomorrow?
Yeah, look, we have to. It's been a short turnaround. It's a really compacted international week. Normally a FIFA week is like 10, 11 days, whereas because we played Wednesday and now we play again Sunday, it's a really compacted week. So we didn't really have enough time to prepare for the first game. As you know, after any professional football match, there's some, knocks, some little tweaks here and there. We've got nothing serious coming out of the Comoros game, but look, against Tunisia, I think everyone would appreciate that we need all 11 players to be at 100% to go and give their maximum that they're able to give for as long as they can give it. And so we will make a few minor alterations in the lineup, but I don't think it sacrifices any quality, because the great thing about us now is we've got even guys who are on the bench, they're frustrated substitutes because they feel like they should be playing, and the quality that they have dictates they should be playing. So there will be a few minor alterations.
Like you emphasized there, it's never enough, to implement all the things that you want for a national team because it's a very short window compared to club level where they are together for months and years. But generally assessing the performance of the new players, of course, Joseph played in a game situation, but others did not also play, and they've been training. How impressed are you with these newcomers that you've included in the team?
Yeah, look, I can't speak highly enough of the guys. Both the players I inherited who, okay, they've been with the national team for a while, but they're new to me and I'm new to them. So we're both learning each other, and they're learning a new way of playing for the Scorpions under me. So even the guys who've been here a long time, I appreciate how open they are to new ideas, because sometimes when you've had success, which the Scorpions have had over the last 5 years, it's not always easy to change. When you've had success, your brain says, well, keep doing what you've been doing. But we wanted, like we said, to go in search of that style that people can really be proud of, as well as the results. But yeah, the new guys coming in as well have fitted in really well. Obviously, you mentioned Joseph Cisse, who made his debut at right back against the Comoros. Joseph played for Cesena on Sunday, arrived with us on Monday night, had his first training session on Tuesday, and then put in a man of the match performance on Wednesday. So, and I think that speaks very highly of him. He's not a young player, he's got experience, he's in his mid-20s. And so he was able to slot in well. But all the guys who've come in, whether it's been the likes of, Abdoulaye, Cisse, striker, Lamine Seydi coming in, Mamadou Ndiaye, all of these guys have fitted into the group really, really well. It feels as though they've been here for 1 or 2 years. It doesn't feel as though they're new. It's a very welcoming group, and it helps guys settle in really quickly.
Generally also back home, the overwhelming majority of Gambians really appreciate the performance of the team. But the little disappointment from them is that we didn't take a chance. I mean, I know you mentioned frustrations of not, I mean, taking those chances, but was it a little? I mean, do you think Gambia deserved better than the result that we got against Comoros?
Yeah, look, I think our performance when, football's this funny game. Football doesn't care what you deserve. We can all look at that. I remember growing up the 1999 Champions League final. Manchester United famously won it in injury time, but they really weren't in the game. If you remember back that far, Bayern Munich, in essence deserved the game, but Manchester United scored 2 late goals. I was in Tunis to watch Tunisia versus Madagascar. Madagascar deserved so much more, but they conceded a last-minute goal. So, for us, I believe our performance, look, we had close to 70% possession. We created, I think in that game alone, we created something like 14 or 15 goal-scoring opportunities. You look towards the end, big chances we had, especially when you look at, Aliou Fadera, Adama Sidibe had 2 big chances right at the end. Even Ali Sow had a big chance in the first half. So we had chances. And, if you play that game 10 times the same way we played it the other day, we probably win 7 out of the 10 games. But football's like that. You don't always get what you deserve. But my belief is if you keep putting in that level of performance, that over the longer period, you do get what you deserve. Luck happens, but if you consistently perform at that level, doing the right things, then I think you get what you deserve over the long term. But in a single match, sometimes you come away frustrated.
You mentioned the fact that you watched the Tunisia-Madagascar game in Tunis. How important was your presence in the stadium to scout your opponent for that game?
I think it's just you see so much more when you're in the stadium. It's all well and good watching games on TV, but the TV zooms into where the ball is. Whereas that doesn't always tell you, us coaches aren't as concerned of where the ball is, we're concerned of where the space is. And so when you're in the stadium watching it, up in the stands along the halfway line like we were, we're very clearly able to see where the space is. And so that shows us where we maybe can find little holes in the Tunisian armour and we can exploit hopefully. But look, we've put the plans in, the staff, the players, everyone's put the work in this week. And now it's about going out and trusting the players to put on a performance. And like we said, if we can get a performance similar to we got against Comoros, then I think points won't be too far away.
Coach, finally, you seem to have a lot of connection between you and the fans back home. I mean, even though they wouldn't be here to watch the game, what message do you have for them again?
I just think, look, I've said this many times in my career, football is about the fans. I grew up passionately supporting my local teams in Ireland and the Northern Irish national team. Going and watching international football for me was something really special. Those nights in Belfast when I was growing up, going with, friends, going with my uncle, they're some of those big memories for me. And so I at heart appreciate how much international football means to the fans. And so we just appreciate, again, all the support, all of the, good wishes they send, even the criticisms, because that helps keep us honest. And, it's nice to have a little fire underneath you to make sure you keep pushing and jumping as high as you can. So, we really appreciate that continuous support from back home. And, again, if people are able to watch, on the TV or listen on the radio or follow online, whatever it happens to be, please do that. And yeah, we want to put on a performance for you. And we believe that if we put on that performance, it'll be something that you enjoy watching. And hopefully it'll get the result that we enjoy as well.
Coach, thank you for time. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And good luck to us for tomorrow's match.
No, thank you very much.